Hello YouTube, welcome to the second installment of live team building with Elmas, aka me. So of course, if you guys do enjoy this series, then make sure to show off your support and hit the like button down below. And I know some of you guys left comments in the I don't know, I know I saw a comment or two is what I'm trying to say, of you guys saying that I should leave the placement of the team in the description, and I think I will. I think I'll leave the placement of the description of the team, sorry, in the description. It's just that I don't want people to like expect the placement already and then like them click the video and be like, oh, I don't care about the team building, let's see the team. So I don't know, it depends. I may or may not, I don't know. But for those of you who don't know, right now Superior is actually being suspect tested in the UU tier. So if for some reason you don't know, Superior probably is tied with Haxorus to be my all-time favorite Pokemon. Fun fact, Superior was actually my first ever favorite Pokemon. I never really had an official favorite Pokemon until Superior, so I'm very happy that it's being suspected right now in UU, because I don't know, I don't feel that it's too overpowered, although at the same time, I can see why it would be suspected or why it may not stay. So yeah, we're gonna go with Superior. We're going with Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Dragon Pulse, and Glare. Glare is just really for Crobat, so you can catch them on the switch-in. And Glare got a really good buff this gen. Got buffed up to 100 accuracy. If I'm not mistaken, it used to be 75 or 85. So the fact that this is 100%, this is like a normal Thunder Wave. This is crazy good. So it's also very nice to just paralyze Scarf Mons like Hydreigon or Manchow and whatnot. And one Pokemon that I really wanted to try with Superior was actually Entei. Now normally I am a big fan of Choice Banded Entei, but I recently watched a PS Live, and I think I actually have it open still. Lord Wallace here was using an AV Entei, and I really wanted to try that out. Because normally when you run Banded, 290 speed isn't exactly the best speed in the world. There, you do want to have the chance to outspeed certain Mons, of course. But it's never really helpful to have max speed. So one thing out of the way, obviously we're going to have max attack Adamant. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Nidoqueen does outspeed normal Entei, correct? Yeah, max speed reaches 251, which normally Nidoqueens nowadays are running max speed from what I remember. So we're gonna run up to 64 speed and then just put the rest in Spadef. This way we can put the Assault Vest to use, and we're just gonna go with the normal moveset: Sacred Fire, Flare Blitz, Stone Edge, and Extreme Speed. Now this could also feign a choiced set, although if you're familiar with the damage output of Banded Entei, then you'll probably be able to, your opponent will probably be able to know that the damage output is not of Banded Entei. But yeah, we have enough speed to outspeed modest max speed Nidoqueen. So the second mon that comes to mind after Superior is that I need a water type. Now, as for what water type, I am not too sure of, to be perfectly honest. The main one that comes to mind is Vaporeon, actually, because Vaporeon is just an all-around bulky mon. Another one that comes to mind is Alomomola, and Alomomola, I like Alomomola better because it has access to Regenerator, which is really handy for it, and can just help it survive for much longer. But I think the main niche that Vaporeon has over Alomomola is Baton Pass. Now Baton Pass is very handy for a wall due to the fact that Vaporeon already does not 65 base speed isn't bad. It's just that Vaporeon does like to have all the extras, the extra slow speed is what I'm trying to say. This speed doesn't really outspeed too many things in the tier, if I'm not mistaken. Not too many walls that I can really name off the bat. But the main niche of this is that your opponent, let's say my opponent has an Entei, right? So Entei obviously is going to outspeed Vaporeon, so I go for Wish. Entei next turn goes for the Flare Blitz or Sacred Fire, whatever, and then I Baton Pass, which means you don't have to blindly switch in a Pokemon for it to receive the Wish. You can just safely Baton Pass, and most of the times you will be slower than the offensive Pokemon that your opponent has. So that's what I really like about this, and what I really like about Vaporeon over Alabama. Like, they both have their niches. It's just that I think for right now, I don't want this team to be too slow, because we already have a good offensive core between Superior and Entei, and then Vaporeon just completes the Fire, Water, Grass core, and just gives a solid defensive wall, a Fire check, and just a solid pivot switch. And another Pokemon that really sprung to mind, and I know this may seem odd, but it was Florges. Florges being a very fat special wall. As you can, Hydreigon would honestly just tear this 3-mon core apart. But Florges is the first thing to come to mind to be able to just automatically switch into Hydreigon. Another mon that could also be used is probably Aggron, but Florges has a very unique thing about it. The fact that it can be a physical wall slash special wall while still being able to potentially sweep late game is what I really like about it. Because with max HP, max defense, bold nature, we'll see with this EV spread, Florges still has a gigantic special defensive stat, which is absurd. 346 for being neutral with only 8 Spadef EVs is extremely good. So Florges can still switch into a plethora of special attackers. Not to mention that Entei also gives me another pseudo special wall, and Vaporeon and Florges make a pretty solid wall core between the two. Even though yes, this is more physically defensive. I may actually mess around with the EVs. I could go a bit more mixish, I suppose, but I think this for right now is the normal Vaporeon spread, if I'm not mistaken, or I think it's 56 defense and 252 Spadef. Hold on. This is the normal spread, except they run calm as opposed to bold. But I'd rather have this be a physical wall, so I can have a solid physical check to Mons. Although I don't know. I like Vaporeon, but I can see why it would be more specially defensive. But the main reason I want it is because of Entei. Entei has recently really risen into popularity, and I think Vaporeon could still make a solid physical wall. So yeah, I think I'd rather just keep this the way it is, and then Florges can be my late game sweeper. So we have 2 solid hitters, a defensive backbone. Another thing I have to take into consideration is hazards. Now, hazards obviously could be a problem to my team, especially because I have an Entei. If you ever make a Pokemon, if you ever make a team, with a Pokemon that is weak to Stealth Rocks, please have a Spinner or Defogger. It's really not that hard to fit on a team. However, though, at the same time, I do need Stealth Rocks, so I could go Donphan, but honestly, I think Donphan is just a very, very bad Pokemon. I do not like Donphan. I really don't. I think it's just a bad mon in general, to be 100% honest with you. I don't like Donphan whatsoever. Hippowdon would be great, but it doesn't have Rapid Spin. Fortress could be a solid spot. Actually, Fortress could work really well for this, just for the fact that it gives me a solid physical wall, a solid Rapid Spinner, but it also gives me the chance to be able to Volt Switch and be able to keep up momentum. Because Florges, I don't think Florges is well, what's the term I'm looking for? I don't think Florges is like a dead wall, What I mean by that, it's not a mon that just stays in, takes hits, and just drags out battles. Florges is a mon that can set up and deal damage to my opponent. So I really do wanna put Fortress actually. Yeah, I think Fortress would fit very well on this slot. Although I want a ground type too, because volt switching would be really annoying. I could go Gligar. The only downside of Gligar though is that it has 4 move slot syndrome for how the team is looking right now, because I want the last mon on my team to be a Scarfer, and I want that to either be Manchow or Hydreigon. I think Manchow will probably fit the team better. Yeah, just because if my opponent does have a Dragon Dance Salamence, that could be a little bit bad for me. And right now I think Manchow is just really the best Scarfer in the tier. So yeah, I need my last mon to be a mon that can not only set up hazards but also remove them. So I need a Pokemon that can fill those roles, and I just feel that Gligar is not the mon for that purpose. And I just feel like going back to Fortress here. This is a tough situation. I could also go Mega Arrow, potentially. Have Stealth Rock, Defog. Oh, but then I don't have any solid recovery. I don't want to use Donphan. I really don't. I don't want to use Donphan. It's not a good Pokemon. It is not a good Pokemon. I think I may have to go Fortress. Honestly, I love Fortress. Fortress is probably one of my favorite UU Pokemon. So we go Rapid Spin, Volt Switch. So see, this way I can have a Volt Turn combo right there, and I have another wall that can just gain me a lot of momentum. So Rapid Spin, Volt Switch, Stealth Rocks obviously. Now the last move is what I'm really iffy on, because I want to have Spikes, because honestly Spikes would really help out Serperior and Tame Manchow and help out Florges as well. The only downside to that though is that my only offensive move is a Volt Switch, which could really hurt me, and Gyro Ball does come in handy in certain scenarios. I don't really know. Could just go a relaxed nature. Well, I mean, I guess Rapid Spin technically is an offensive move, but you get what I mean. Rapid Spin is not something that I expect to deal damage. Gyro Ball, however, though, is very handy. Coming off a 90 base attack stat, that's actually not that bad. I don't know, I feel that I really wouldn't find too many opportunities to set up Spikes with Fortress, so I could just go Max. Well, obviously Max Defense, Max HP, but I could just go Stealth Rocks and then put Gyro Ball. Yeah, plus that would probably help me play with Fortress a little bit more, just because I'd have a solid stab in the form of Gyro Ball, and then I wouldn't have to be in the mindset of every match. Like, what I'm trying to say is that if I don't have Spikes, when I'm in a battle, I won't prioritize trying to get up Spikes, so I won't play as recklessly with Fortress, if you get what I'm trying to say. So by having Gyro Ball, I have a solid stab while still being able to have all of the other 3 necessary moves on Fortress that I need for it to have. So yeah, there we have Manchow right here. I was gonna put Manchow in. Why would I do that? Okay, so we're gonna go Choice Scarf Manchow just because right now it is the best. No, you never ever run Regenerator on Scarf Manchow. that their Life Orb is for Manchow to have Regenerator with. Reckless is for Choice Scarf, because that's really the main reason to use Scarf Manchow, is just to hit things extremely hard with Reckless high jump kick. Then we have Knockoff, and then we can have Stone Edge to keep Mega Mints in check, and just have a solid coverage move to be able to hit Crobat with as well. So yeah, I think that is the team. The only thing I'm iffy about is Fortress. I really do want Spikes, but I feel that just Gyro Ball is more handy than Spikes for this team. Just because I really don't see myself being able to set up Spikes along with Rocks with Fortress. So if Mons want to boost their speed, then it just makes Fortress that much more of a threat to them. I could still go Spikes, maybe. No, yeah, I feel that having Spikes on Rocks would just put too much pressure on Fortress. So yeah, I think this is a team. I think we are good for this to go. I definitely like this team. I think it's pretty well rounded. I'm still a little bit iffy on the EVs on Vaporeon, because I mean, I have Max Defense Fortress here, so this can already be a physical wall. Then I have a solid special wall in this, and then tankish special wall in Entei. I could maybe put a bit more Spadef, something like this maybe, so I can still take physical hits relatively well, and then be able to take special hits just a tad bit better. So yeah, I think I'd rather just go with this. So I take physical hits a little less, but it's not too crucial, and then I still have another decent special, soft special check to Mons. So yeah guys, I think that is going to be the team. I'm really hyped. I hope this team does well. I really hope this team does well. I'm actually very excited for this. But yeah, of course, if you guys did enjoy the team building process, make sure to show up support and hit the like button down below. And of course, I will be uploading 2 Wi-Fi battles with this team, so if you guys would like to see it in action, make sure to check out those Wi-Fi battles when they do go up. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow, so thank you for watching. Later, everybody.